locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Down, 70, Indy.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
At the 34-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Look at me. Zipper. Choose the mic. Yep. Watch Mike. And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Mike 52. Mike 52. You must be dreaming. Check.
Throwing Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The man wreaking havoc there, Gerald McCoy, the D tackle.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Keep it up. Hey, Steve 6. Ready?
Now Jones. And Tate's got it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Ready up.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Jam. 80 weapons.
Now Saquon Barkley. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There's a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I'm trying to collect. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. And 5.
Barkley.
Get there.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Ready. 90 Wolf. Come on. You better bring it. Hey, Irvin. 52 is the mic right here over there, right? 52 is the mic. Right here. That's what I do. Joker. Look at me. Door.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. He completes it to Tate. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 36.
Check 24. Check 24. Recon, 132 fighter. Got one. Let's go.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And some space here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Check hot route. Hot. Get it.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Fighting through it, he's got space. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Cowboys. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, there you go. They gave up a score to start the game, and as quick as they could get it back, they did on the return.
And people talk about this all the time, whether you're coaching it, whether you're trying to work on it, whether you're just trying to put in the minds of your players. Attack back as fast as you can after giving up a score. No quicker way than on a kick return.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behiund them. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
SOS. Go. Hey, Mike 52. Watch the run. No. Check that. We want Mike 50.
Here's 2nd and 8. Catch made by Slayton. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play. So it might as well have not even had the penalty.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. It's just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Well, we see so many good battles in the NFC East, and Cowboys and Giants, they rarely disappoint. They didn't disappoint last year. Cowboys got the better of the Giants both times. Week 2, 20-13, and then in Week 17, a thriller, 36-35. That was a game where Dak Prescott threw 4 touchdown passes. On 2nd and 9, Jones, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Check. Watch 54. Hard. Let's go. Watch twist. Watch the ass.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season, 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press you.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get him.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Devontae Freeman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, watch the ball.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers put up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
To throw on 3rd down, Love. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Trying to cover Cooper there a little too closely.
And he's such a tough cover because he runs his route so well. Hard to stay with him and hard to figure out exactly where the break points are. And in this case, he created another pass interference call.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Elliott. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
After 1, 17-7 the score on EA Sports. second down, Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now Greg Zuerlein. We all remember the 57-yarder that sent the Rams to the Super Bowl. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about. But I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this. You have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays are going to...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. Watch the run, watch the run. Hey! 58, right over there, yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Watch the pass, watch the pass. Hey, Delta. 58's the Mike. 58's the Mike. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. He's got good size. We know he's tough to bring down running the ball. That also carries over to the passing game like we saw there.
And at his size, how'd you like to try and stop him on that angle route? Him coming out of the backfield, breaking sharply, catching the football. It's going to take a lot more than one guy most likely to bring him down. That was a nice game.
Watch out.
Jones now from the gun on third down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So instead of fourth down, first down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because third down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to. But I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Check safety. Hey, Echo. Get it.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. And he slings one that's incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley. Third down here.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
The Giants on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, Zoo.
Jones operating from the gun. Eluding the pressure right. And a throw there going to be incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And look there, not a good sight. Gronkowski down. And you just hope it's not that knee again. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. From the gun, Love. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Cooper's first catch, and good for a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
At the 37-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down. Love. It's caught. Cooper. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. That one, 28 yards on the ground. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now Elliott. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
It's been my observation. There's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Gronkowski, the intended target. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
That's what you call a rookie mistake. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
He's got his man. This is Tate. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Look, squeeze. Hey, exit.
Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. Flushed out right. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
I don't think you got it, sir. Ready?
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right. 3 down. 3 down.
Hey, Foxtrot.
58 to Mike. 58.
Go.
Here's Jones. Going to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Going deep downfield for Ross. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 2nd and 15. Going to take a shot for... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe they'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Gronkowski, the intended receiver, and now it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Gronkowski, the intended target. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what?
Blitz coming, and down he goes. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
Let's go. 18 Raiders. Me and you all day.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Switch. Leo. Get it.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jalen Smith leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
Throwing on third and long. Jones. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation instead. Tried to get all back in one play.
Yeah, third and long. Thought he needed the deep pass. Couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Going deep downfield for Ross. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Looking to throw. Love. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Break.
52, Mike, 52.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Back to throw. Jones. It's brought in left side by Tate. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Ready? 18 Gator.
Check the backer. Check the backer. Check 4. Check 4.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Yo, yo, yo. Go. Go.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. I got you, boy. I got you, boy. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
Yeah, yeah.
Motion man. You got motion man right there. 58, boy.
Defense.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll run with Barkley. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4.
You go set. 10-2 stop.
Pick me up. Here we go. Hey, switch gears. Switch gears.
Look at me. Go. Let go.
On 2nd and 9. Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Giants on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Looking to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he showed a nice little juke, but then the window quickly closed. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Love. He's got the connection to Cooper. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Love. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski. Complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Open man is Ross, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 12-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Jabril Peppers, the former 1st-round pick, there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the counter, Elliott looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
On 3rd down, Love. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he'll be brought down well short of the 1st at about the 9-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Let's bring it. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Check pass, check pass. 57's Mike.
On 4th down, Love. And that is incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 10-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. The Giants on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll run with Barkley. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Now here's Ross. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy.
And that's caught inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Back to throw. Love. That one complete. Elliott. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Let's set him tall, fellas. Let's set him tall. 57 to Mike.
Operating from the gun. Love toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Cooper was the target there, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. 2nd and 9 now. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Set up. 60 or.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
2.
And they will take a knee here. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
On the ready.
52. Check right, check right. 2 times. Hey. You got 3. 3 down.
Hit it.
And they take a knee.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Now.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about